What up? Well, there she is. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Spirit School. Um, been a bit agitated these last few weeks, and that's mainly because we're just gonna jump right into it. Um, all the videos that I have recorded when it comes to these secret societies like the Illuminati have been blocked. And also any videos that I mentioned about saving kids and the rituals and the abuse that they have experienced, many who are not here anymore because of them, and the animals too, they are being blocked when it comes to the subject matter on TikTok. And that should not come as a surprise, considering we all know who owns TikTok now. And listen, before people start to come at me or other people that you still use a platform, listen, every platform is owned by someone that's in those circles. Point blank period. And so it even if you didn't believe that any of this was going on, even with the Epstein files, all the stuff that you may have read or come across or seen online, you don't believe it. I mean, something like what I've experienced with these videos should give you some sort of inkling, right? If you have brain cells, that there's some funny business going on. And for those that have not seen the videos, if you don't follow me on TikTok, I've shared. The funny thing is, when I post it to Instagram, there aren't any flags. It's a free for all. I could post whatever I want, which is very strange to me because TikTok does not allow me to post anything. They have certain keywords and topics that are instantly flagged. So the ones I knew this because the first video that was blocked was the one where I was in the astral and was shown a couple of celebrities whose energies are being used, siphoned for this lady. She's an older woman, looks like she's in her 70s, along those lines, late 70s, that I talked about at Spirit School on my TikTok. And the video was instantly blocked. Then I finagled it, tried to get it back up, and then it was extremely suppressed. Um, and from that point on, I knew, like, okay, this is what it is. And I posted that a couple months ago. Well, within that video, if you haven't seen it, I astral travel. Well, celebrities have been coming to me a couple months ago. They haven't come to me recently. Well, one of them did. You'd know her name. She's very famous. She came to me a few weeks ago, right? About a month ago, and showed me how she was put through some sort of a ritual to attain all the things that she wants now. When it was early on in her career, which is when they usually catch you. Um, Depending on how far or who is administering these rituals or whoever's connected within these circles, that's going to vary how far you can go. Now, not everyone partakes in the rituals. Some of them are down for it. I've mentioned this before. So I think that's a misconception that many people believe that everyone is, doing something heinous or grotesque to attain their, stardom or money. You don't have to be a star either. If you're just looking for money and stuff, because these entities that they worship, these dark demonic entities, and also the beings that they do these rituals for as well, the reptilians, right, the Dracos, some Anunnaki, They doesn't matter. Does not matter who, what you do, whatever. If you are down for their cause, it's energy that they can take from you. It's just more soldiers for their dark army. So again, it does not have to be someone who's super famous. You just got to be willing to do whatever the fuck they want to uh, receive the funds, receive the fame, receive, I don't know, some favor in whatever industry, whatever the hell you want to do. So in these videos, the three things that I talked about that were blocked. First was, what did I talk about? Yes, I talked about Hayden Panettiere's passing, which I thought was strange. I was like, all right, these idiots definitely are, I don't know, maybe watching, or they just have certain key words in videos that people say that they can have the technology to immediately get the video blocked, banned, flagged. But in the video, I talked about how suspicious her passing was and what it was connected to. Now, I couldn't talk about it there, but I'm going to tell y'all what I was getting. As soon as I saw her picture and the news that she passed, immediately I heard no, no. And then I felt this energy of someone passing away, not unexpectedly, but without a, not of natural causes. And it just felt off. That's the most that I can say, without having to deal with any legal issues. But I can just let you know, like, that's what I was getting. She was like, no, 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 no. That was the energy. Like, this is not how this went down. This is not why I passed. And so immediately I was like, oh shit. And then I felt a super, just a, her energy. I just felt like being pulled back. Not like my energy, but like literally felt like my body was being pulled back. And I was like, oh, okay. Definitely something off. So I was picking up immediately that it just wasn't right. And I posted this video, which made it onto Instagram, so you might have seen it there. But if you are in this 5D frequency, this 5D consciousness, your ability to see right through the veil is going to be at an utmost high level, because this is the beauty of being tapped in and connected and being more energetically sensitive and more aware. The blockers are no longer there around you, and especially your mind's eye. So if you see something that seems very untruthful and deceptive, or pick up on your spidey senses start tingling, specifically like this Hayden Panettiere passing, then you're right on the money. So the truth's going to come out. There are no lies can hold in this new earth. Whether they're still in the 3D, trying to still manipulate, trick people, blind people, the energy is just too strong here when it comes to the 5D vibration. Like, which is takes me to the next video. Well, the third video. The second video was, what did I say? I can't remember. That was blocked. I know I talked about the downfall of these secret societies, which was instantly blocked. Did not make the light of day. Let me take a look at the, hold on, what was the second video? Hold on, you guys. Let me take a look at this. I can't remember. There's so much going on. Oh, yes, of course. The ritual abuse with the children, which I've shared on Instagram. Again, this is all videos that were blocked instantly on TikTok. That was actually the one that set it off for me. The first one. But these were all blocked in a matter of like a week. Because I was posting them like on different days, but throughout the week, blocked, 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 blocked. I made one video about the energy we're in now, how the pathways are open in this 5D frequency. That made it through fine. And then I made a regular video where I wasn't really talking on my personal TikTok just to see if I was just getting blocked to be blocked. That made it through. So it's certain keywords, certain that I'm saying or that I'm writing, putting on these videos. It could be a bunch of things. Maybe they're watching. Who the hell cares? And who the hell knows? But it was the video where I talked about saving these kids, saving children from these dark ritual abuse. I want to get into it because it is so vile. Like, whatever the word is that's 10 times or 100 million times lower than vile, that's what these kids have been put through. It is so heartbreaking and devastating. It's terrible, you guys. It's what I don't want to give you a visual because it'll be so disturbing. But there's been some tapes that made the rounds with the Epstein files. There's a particular one where you can hear a kid crying and screaming that they didn't want to do it, right? Or they're scared. Think that as actual crimes are being committed against them. You understand what I'm saying? Some of these, I've reposted it on my social media. Some of these children are a mere couple weeks old. These are the things that I was at least trying to get the point across in my videos that were blocked. And I don't know, I might have mentioned this in a previous episode, like last year when I talked about this type of stuff they do before all this came out. But they do it to these to children because children have the purest souls. They are the closest to God's source frequency of that purity because they've yet to be inserted into society or polluted because of their environment or be told what they are or what to do, or you know what I mean, by someone else's experience. So they're coming in raw from this source, light, God frequency here. And so because they're of that purity, they are like bait for these dark entities and these low vibrational beings. Because to hurt a child in this way and because they're directly connected to source in this way, their energy, because we're all connected to source, but specifically their energy. It is like a trillion hits of dopamine for them. these beings that they're trying to appease, that they worship, to grant them whatever it is they want. Absolutely horrific. And my video was flagged. First, because of the hashtag I used in it. Adrenochrome. Adrenochrome, hope I'm saying that correctly, is the chemical that secretes from these kids. With anyone can have this chemical secreted, but with these kids in particular, because it's like an adrenaline, but they're doing it out of horror and fear and torture for these children. So these beings are extra energized. I've said this before in a video I've dropped a year and change ago, maybe a year ago, with the energy harvesting, that it's very similar to, if you ever seen the movie Monsters Inc., when these monsters would go and scare the shit out of the children, that's how they collected the energies in the tubes. It's almost identical, but a million times worse what they do to these kids. Some of these kids don't make it. And so this is why it was coming heavy onto me to say, do not forget the children. I will say, though, the positives of all of this being revealed since the Epstein files, because people thought it was just wackadoodle conspiracy. Oh, no, 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 my friends. Spiritual warfare is very real. Evil versus the light is very real. Evil, the evil that is here. This is going to sound very strange if you haven't heard me say this before, if it's the first time you're hearing me say this. But the evil energies that are here are a creation of humans, energetically. From the sadness, anxiety, depression, stress, the envy, the lust, the jealousy, the ego, the want for power, the desire for control. Add on to the list. All of these low vibrational energies were created from us, humanity. And what happens is, because these energies, everything's made of energies, has been created, the more that people feed into these types of vibrations, these emotions, these desires, it makes them bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it ultimately forms into an entity. If it's not an energetic entity, it is a low vibrational being, such as the reptilians. So, these dark energies were created by the agendas of the powers that were. It was all created from them. The anger, hostility towards one another, the resentment, all those other low vibrational emotions I mentioned before, feelings. They've created a world that would keep humanity stuck in this low vibration, whether indirectly or directly. This has been going on for thousands of years. And we're now breaking free of it. And they're doing this while worshiping these dark being entities. It is sickening what they have done. It is not just the ones that are at the top of the food chain. This trickles down to every industry in this world. All over the world. It is not just here in America. There are some countries, you've seen them call out America for being part of this demonic cult. But then there are those who are all for it. So this is the system that is crumbling right now, that needed to be dismantled, destroyed. This was a huge, not only undertaking, but energetic pull on Gaia's vibration. You see people around the world. We honestly care and love for one another. It's just what we've been put through. Manufactured events, manufactured situations, manufactured societies, how we function, have all been manipulated to keep us in a low vibration. Propaganda, mind control, brainwashing. It does not take much, y'all, to do that to someone. This is why it was so important for so many of you out there to awaken, so you can start seeing this with your spiritual eyes. And you are. It's beautiful that we're here now and the light has won. The divine is here. Divine justice is here. Said it was coming. It is here. And you're seeing it. So this demonic darkness, it needs to go and not come back. I think we all can agree on that. I would hope we all agree on that. If there's anything you would want for this world and for the people on it, it's for everyone to live peacefully, happily, for people to be able to do what they love, sing, dance, write, direct, own a business, rap, whatever, draw, paint, without having to be forced to participate in disgusting acts, vulgar acts, crimes that would degrade them, take away the essence of their spirit. And on the other end, I would hope you know, if you're ever approached to do this, to really think twice about it. It is your choice. But you need to hold more value on your life, on your soul, your vessel, especially your connection to God's source and the light. That is priceless. Doing this, whatever they ask you to do, there's no coming back from it. If you are not binded physically by it, your spirit is going to be binded to them. Your emotions, your feelings are going to be binded to that. Those scars, those memories are not going to go away because they have the energetic hold on you. And it stretches far beyond this lifetime. I want you to understand this. Anyone out there, this is not a game, y'all. The spiritual realm is very real. God is very real. The divine is very real. So are dark entities and these low vibrational beings. There is an energetic spiritual tie to them that they can continuously come after you and your energy because you've been marked through these rituals. I'm getting this to tell you, I just got to keep it 100. They go after people who are familiar with this type of work. Because they know these people who are familiar with this type of work are going to see it as, okay, I'm familiar with it. I know it. My culture does it, so whatever. All right. And I get to have money. Let's go. And fame. Let's go. You're not going to be able to see it. You may not be able to see it while you're alive, but once you transition, you will see what you have signed into. Even if they've passed, I've seen this on thread. Some girl, I forget your name, I'm sorry, begins with a J. She bravely spoke about her experience when her parents sold her into this demonic cult to be used for rituals. Through I believe it was through Epstein. He abused her. He put her through rituals. Even after he's passed, because she's been marked energetically through these rituals, they do some sort of incantation spell work to keep themselves attached to you and be able to find you. She said how she's done so much stuff spiritually and to just get him away from her. She's still fighting him. So it does not end when they end and when you transition. They'll be able to take you and utilize your spirit even after you passed. They can still yank on it. So this is not a game. This is not a joke. This is very serious, y'all. So in between all of this, the kids, it's such a negative, dark part of Gaia that needed to be exposed, and it is. The bright side is, because of that, they're fucking shook as hell. People are knowing more and more about them. I mean, all the information's out now. What it's all connected to, who's at the top, why, what they're doing. Everything is out. All that information is out right now for everyone to read, to watch. So there's no hiding. And there won't be any hiding for them. This is part of the dismantling, because this cannot carry into the 5D that we are headed towards. Right now, it's split into two timelines because people are still in the 3D. There's some in the 4D, and then there's those in the 5D. Big majorities in the 5D. But eventually, because of where Gaia is headed, the trajectory of where we're headed, everyone eventually is going to head towards the 5D. This is not going to come with it. In the future, you will be able to do whatever it is you love and be uplifted by people that enjoy your work without you having to, pardon my language, lick, stick, freaking get something stuck up you, having to unalive anyone. None of that. None of that. It is a disgusting, demonic perversion. So beyond, I can't even bring myself to talk about what they do. It is that low vibrational. I'm not even exaggerating, you guys. If you think the worst of the worst, the most vile, like go 10 steps, million steps below that. And some of your favorites are doing and have done it. And they're proudly talking about it, showing it, saying it through symbolism, through actual words that they run with this demonic fucking cult. They have to tell us that as part of the, I won't say the order, but the law. I reposted this video of David Wilcock, the great, brilliant David Wilcock, rest in peace, which is a whole other thing. But he said it exactly, that these people have to show you who they are through their photo shoots, through their music videos. They have to show you their concerts where they put the juju on you and the music they listen to. You see it. I talk about it. The frequencies. Spells can be casted into music. This is why a lot of people are not seeing celebrities the way they used to, because that glamour magic is freaking dying, because too many people are waking up. And so you start viewing these people, celebrity or not, whoever you might, who are up there, they don't have the same allure anymore. You're starting to see them for who they are. Some of them are physically looking like they're depleting in energy. They're getting really thin. They'll blame it on a million things, but in actuality, it's the depletion of energy. They are literally losing the life because your energy revitalizes them. And it's a trickle effect, because it's these entities and these beings who utilize the energy. These people that go through these rituals, they're the vessel for which they're pulling this energy. It's real, y'all. Especially when it comes down to spirituality. Why do you think they do not want you to mention Yeshua? Because Yeshua is the overseer of Gaia and humanity. His light is so freaking bright that his name, the sight of him, his energy can literally disintegrate these beings, send them running. Literally scattering. So I'm saying all this, y'all, because this is the reality of this world we live in, of what was happening. But like I said, they're fucking shook right now. They know they're losing their grip. This is why you're starting to see them aim towards these streamers now. They're trying to find different avenues to still pull people in. You'll see it with these streamers. As soon as they dye their hair platinum blonde, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. They get the impressionable ones, the young ones, that want to blow up, the ones that are trying to revive their career in the streaming world. This is who they aim for. Unfortunately, some of them are okay with it. And they don't know any. Like I said, y'all, the ties, understand the energetic spiritual ties once you do this. This is a planet of free will. You have a choice. It's your choice what you decide to do with your spirit here. And so these celebrities that I personally have interacted with in the astral, I don't go seeking none of them. Trust. When I'm up there, I'm either being shown something, they want to show me something, I'm just seeing something. Because in the astral, there's no borders or boundaries. They can try, depending on who, they're can see beyond what others are seeing. But in the astral, I mean, the celebrity I mentioned like a couple weeks ago that I was literally seeing, they were put through a asphyxiation type of ritual where she was choked out unconscious. Like literally took the life out of her. And then they did what they needed to do with her, put her through some sort of freaking ritual to pull in these entities to enter her body, and that was it. And then I've been seeing some truths of other celebrities, the reason why they're in it. And to be honest, I've been seeing, this is before I've gotten to the point where I am now when it comes to being more in tune with my gifts. But I've been seeing some big wig celebrities for over a decade now in the astral dream state. And I'd see some of them in like the woods, and I could not understand why. Why am I seeing these people in the woods? And now, being connected that I am now, I was being shown that they were part of these rituals. I believe they go to the certain area where they do a lot of these ceremonies. I forget the name of the place, something Grove, Bohemian, something like that. That's what I was seeing with a couple of these big name celebrities in music. This shit is very real, y'all. And this is part of their agenda, to paint everything like it's just a joke, it's fake, it's bullshit, it's woo woo, it's, I don't know, crazy nonsense. Very easy to manipulate people. Mind control. You heard of it, MK Ultra. It's very easy, especially the masses. Doesn't take too much. Remember, there was a point where the people were seeing something on social media, it was spreading like wildfire. It turns out it wasn't even real, but everyone was believing it. I forget what it was, but it's very easy. And that came to my mind when I was exiting a train station, and there's an escalator that goes up. There's two escalators that goes up, and one of them were broken. Normally, the one that was broken is the one that everyone just some reason gravitates to, because when you exit, it gets close to the door. That escalator was broken, and the other one that people rarely used was working, and everyone was on that escalator. And it sounds like a very simple analogy, but all it took was to shift everyone over here by having this escalator not working, or if they decide to shut it off, for example, everyone just naturally moved to this side, didn't even ask questions. Like sheep. Does not take much to implant ideas, thoughts into your mind if you see it enough, if you hear it enough. This is what they've done for a very long time to dumb people down. And because of all these star seeds and light workers that are here, they're the divine, our cosmic brothers and sisters, GFL, all here, incarnated here, came here to help shift Gaia into this 5D consciousness. This is why the work to awaken others or awaken yourself and exude this energy to help elevate the consciousness here was so important. And the powers that were and these low vibrational beings, they knew. But of course, there's laws. They can, it's free will what you decide to do here. So they try to change everything around you, create scenarios around you, but they couldn't do it. Too many beings, high vibrational beings from across this universe, answered the call and came here to help humanity and Gaia. They tried to prevent it in every way possible, tried to alter timelines, tried to do everything. So to say that it was detrimental that we got here would be an understatement. Because the direction and the energy which Gaia was prior to this was only going to plummet even more. And Gaia is an energy. She is a soul. Mother Earth, feminine energy. In other words, she's very sad, depressed, and sick. Not only from what's happening here, the pollution, just everything. Very, very low vibration for her. I'm just feeling her energy in my heart right now. And so she just feels very revitalized right now. That's why you're seeing so many shifts on this planet from her awakening. Her body's reacting to it, just like your body reacts to the upgrades here from all the energy too. From the sun, from our cosmic brothers and sisters who's assisting with these upgrades. The divine, all of it. In addition to, planets go through their own evolution. It's natural. So, there's a lot going on. But as you are seeing everything unfold, just know we are exactly where we're supposed to be. This is the right timeline. Everything needs to be exposed so that it can be removed. And it boils down to our choice whether or not we're going to accept it. And it's very nice to see that, thank God, as you can see Humanity is not accepting of it because we are not that evil as they think we are. As much as it might not seem that way, we are loving, peaceful people that want to unify and have compassion for each other. You're seeing it now by the way people vocalizing and protesting, demanding justice, calling people out, coming together. Again, their agendas are what kept everyone separated and divided. But those days are done. Their downfall is here. And you're going to see a lot of these big names be pushed to the forefront for who they really are. This is only the beginning. Only the beginning. I'm just being taken back to the woman I saw in the astral that's connected to these celebrities' energies, which I'm being shown that because a lot of them are connected through this affiliation. So in the astral, what I was seeing was I was taken to the outside of this woman's balcony. She was really wealthy, very wealthy. It was on like I don't know which floor I was on, but from the outside looking, and the balcony, the building was like a white brick, and her balcony had like these black gates. And I went inside, and there were a couple people in there, but no, I noticed her. I went straight to her, and she was wearing this pink tweed outfit. She was older age, like mid-70s, maybe 80, blonde hair. She was white. It felt British, aristocratic. This was the things that I was saying in my videos on TikTok that was blocked. But doesn't take, you can do some digging to see how that ties into all of this. Where I was at. But that is to say, y'all, continue loving on God. God loves you. God is real. Source is real. Whatever word you want to use, the Creator is real, from which we all come from. And you are absolutely loved. Loved. You are loved because you are a part of God, Source. You are a fragment of God having an experience. This is why the term God is within you is a part of you. This is why it exists, because it's true. And I know life can look like it's hard, or you might be going through a hard time, or maybe you're not, but I'm talking to the ones that are going through a hard time. Even when I was going through a hard time, I never turned my back on God, my spirit team. Even when it looked like there was no end to the light of the tunnel, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. I still believed because I knew, I had faith, and I trusted in where I was being taken. And along the process, I was shown so much. Now look at me now. There was a purpose for it. That's my point. So even though it might be difficult for you in life right now, just know there's a lesson behind everything to teach you, to direct you to where you're supposed to be for your highest timeline. This is a life. Life on earth is about learning, evolving through lessons. This is how you elevate in the spiritual realm. This is how you ascend and go up. This is why it's so hard for a lot of people, and they're unable to do it because it's so difficult here when you incarnate here. That's going to change soon as we are heading towards this new trajectory that we're on in the 5D. in our vibration on Gaia. It's only up from here. This is why I said you're living through a very momentous time, historic time. You are literally going to be one of the last generations of humans to experience this low density here, because it's changing. This will be one of those history book or cosmic Akashic record files that can be looked into about this evolution of human beings, which is going to segue into my next episode about our cosmic brothers and sisters. So all roads lead to the future. And with that, the shift that's happening now and all the collapsing of systems that kept us tied down and isn't working. And all boils down to profit for other people. Paper money. Absolutely ridiculous. So on that note, guys, if you are one of those people out there that is sharing the knowledge, spreading the word about what's going on with these dark demonic dummies, continue doing your work as a light worker. Share the information. Put people on. Eventually the truth's all going to come out. I mean, the truth is coming out, but I mean, like, you're going for those that needs actual factual, like, I don't know, maybe cases or arrests or I don't know, even more lawsuits, whatever, right? Tangible evidence, the ones that are still operating in the logical side of themselves. That is coming. Everything is coming, y'all. I know for some out there, like, why can't it happen immediately? It's just how it is here. But it's coming. So just continue to keep your vibration high. Have so much love and compassion for anyone that's been utilized or taken advantage of or stuck in these situations. But the more we put light to it and expose it, the more it slows down and eventually stops. And that's where it is right now. They're all very shook, as they should be. Because the divine is here. God is here. They thought wrong when they were told to denounce him. I refer to God as him. You can refer to God as Sophia, whatever word you want to use. Source. Let's use source. All right, y'all. As always, I appreciate you for listening. I hope you hear what I'm saying. Let it marinate in your mind and your hearts. And I hope you really believe and know that we are in a very spiritual universe that transcends anything the science can analyze. There's a spiritual dimension to this existence, not just here on Gaia, all existence, all layers, all dimensions. Spiritual element to it, and our cosmic brothers and sisters know that too. And if you want to hear about them, go hit play on the next episode. All right? Keep lights in your hearts. Keep the light all over your body. Keep that light in your spirit. That light is love from God's source, the Creator. The reason why, before I go, the reason why they call themselves the illuminated ones was because they were the ones that had access to this information, everything that we're knowing now about energies, dimensions, the universe, life out there, frequencies, the true history of this planet. They're the ones originally, back before, were supposed to be keepers of this sacred knowledge. Instead, they took this knowledge and turned it into something nefarious, evil. This is why you're seeing you're seeing some numbers or concepts that are related to universal law or esoteric information, knowledge. And then automatically, because these dark, evil motherfuckers turned it into something negative. And so immediately people associate it with that. But the reason why they were able to take that information is because it came originally from source light, the universe, universal knowledge, laws. So they flipped it. This is why it needs to be reversed, so you know where it is truly coming from and what it is about. It is about love, connection to source, to yourself. Not creating separation and always operating from the frequency of God's source, the Creator, which is, once again, love. So again, now that we all have this information, it is up to humanity to start using it for good. All right? I'll catch you in the next episode. Love and light. Peace.